Good morning, people. It's Thursday. I'm going to turn down my music a little bit. It's 10 a.m. and we're here. And I'm rapping. Crooks, yoga, fitness, climbing. Not as much climbing, but there's fitness and yoga right now. Might as well sit down. We're doing a 10-minute AMRAP and then a different 10-minute AMRAP today. So what that means is as many rounds as possible of the things that I show you within that 10 minutes that you can complete. So we'll do that together. We'll do some warming up stuff. We'll drink some water. We'll laugh. We'll play. It'll be great. We're still doing that like dancey kind of flowier warm up. It'll have a little bit more cardio because there's not a lot of cardio today. As far as the workout goes, it's a little more strength based. There's a lot of arms. There's a lot of core. There's a little less legs. Hopefully you have some soreness from Tuesday if you did that. I've been watching everyone else's videos because I've been writing the emails for workouts, and I'm seeing a lot of legs. So I'm going to go easy on legs today. I'm going to go easier on core, but not crazy. It's still there, but it's going to be good. I have drank coffee today, so be warned. Equipment that you need is 2 of something that you can rep with. We'll do presses, we'll do crossbody cleans, we'll do rows, we'll do gorilla cleans. That's the majority of the stuff with the weights. So just make sure that it's something that can go in lots of directions. Your hands will be changing directions a lot. And just make sure that it won't fall or do something strange. There is one thing that you're going to be like, can't do this. So I'm going to give modifications for if you don't have an actual dumbbell. I have 2. You can't see them, but they're right there. Little 10-pound dumbbells. I'm going light because we're going for 10 minutes. And the first stuff is all arms. I'm going to regret this on Saturday. But it's going to be good. It's going to be fun. This is something I do pretty often as far as like every 2 months-ish. I do this similar sort of workout that's very arm focused, a little bit of core, a little bit of cardio, a little bit of legs. Just to see where my arms are and see what the endurance level is for them. So without further ado, I wonder where that phrase comes from. I don't know. If you know, put it in the comments because I've never looked it up. Cool. Move this out of the way. Find some space. Ooh, sweet coffee. Hello. Find something squishy if you like squishy things to stand on. We're going to lay on it at some point. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. I am still sore. So sore. Oh no. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, we won't be sore in the same way, so that's good. And we're not doing push-ups, and we're not doing burpees. So, like, these are your silver linings for the day. We'll all be sore together on Saturday. It'll be fun. Cool. So, feet. Actually, I want to try something. So, you're going to close your eyes and put your feet together, and we're just going to try something fun. So, put your hands on your chest and close your eyes. And start to build from your feet up. So you're finding just all of the points in your feet where your balance starts to fail. So you're noticing like this is my end point, and then I start to tip over. And just finding the middle ground of that and finding something strong within that. So you're rooting down into your legs and then lifting up through your calves, your shins, your quads start to light up, and your hamstrings help out as well as your glutes. You can open your eyes if your balance really gets funky. You're pressing down with both palms, one palm on top of the other, to press into your chest so you can feel your inhales and exhales, but also feel your chest rise into your hands. Pull your belly button up and in. Pull your shoulders down and keep your chin nice and neutral. And just see what happens with your balance. Stay still and breathe for a moment and just see how much you shift. It's natural to shift. You're not going to stay in one spot. And start to like feel those differences, the little tiny movements, and how you can counteract them, and notice where you have to flex or relax something so that you can stay pretty still. Take a really big inhale and then exhale out your mouth. Cool. Now open your eyes, keep your arms that way, keep your legs that way. Everything stays still except your arms coming down. And then take your chin circle, so you're doing that same idea around in a circle. Catherine, I'm pretty sure I saw you in maths class yesterday, so it is your fault for being so sore. But I'm not calling you out. That's awesome. I'm not even doing all of these classes right now. I just am too. My body's like, yeah, take a yoga class. Gosh dang it. You're going the other side with 3. If you haven't done so already, make sure you're doing 3-ish in each direction. Making those circles as big as possible without anything else moving. Good, and then you take your hands to your chest. Yes, our feet are still together. You want to keep that energy in your legs. We're just seeing what happens. It's not anything crazy, so if you need to, it's fine to take your feet apart. What I want is this focus and seeing if it can be done. Take your chest down to the floor. Rotate as far as you can without your hips moving, so you can still see my hips are staying in one spot. Lift towards the ceiling, chest up, over to the other side. Twist down and across. So this isn't a big movement. You want it in your upper spine, not your lower spine. I was doing it a little too much, actually. I'm crossing my arms in a way that feels comfortable. Mine usually looks more like a hug than a cross, which is fine. And then I'm going to cross over in the other direction. To twist in the other direction. Make sure that twist is still there. It's something that we forget easily as we go through it. It just naturally kind of fades out of the movement pattern, which is fine. Whee! I see someone commented something. I'll look at it in a second. After your third one, you're going to take your feet wide, finally. Yay! I'm going to take my feet off of the mat. Totally true. Called out. That's okay. That's a good thing. Knees bent. You're just going to take arm circles. I wasn't about to make you do arm circles with feet together, but you can try it. It's fun. It moves you around a whole lot. My arm circles right now are very energetic, but you don't have to do it like that. I'm switching directions and realizing I need to shave my armpits. Cross and open. Again, feet don't matter here. I'm not of any sort of mental state of like, you have to have your feet like this. Doesn't matter. Ow! Oh, I hit my funny bone. Wow. That hurt with my watch. Ugh, tingly. Okay. Sorry. Take your arms out to the side. Thumbs up. Blech. Nerves. Actually, take one thumb up and one thumb down. And then in the direction that you had to go to take the thumbs that way, keep corkscrewing until you can feel one shoulder come forward and the other goes back. So you're feeling this movement that feels like it's rolling through here and keeping going. And it goes side to side. It will curl your spine a little bit, and that's fine. One more in each direction. Including this one that's going back and externally rotating, make sure that guy's doing it more as well, because it's easy to focus on that internal rotation because it's the most obvious, but the other one you want to keep working. Cool. Bend your knees a little bit. You can bounce. I'm in a bouncy mood. I don't know why. You're going to twist. I'm twisting towards my left. Again, I don't know why I'm doing left first these days. And then make this big circle. So imagine you have a piece of chalk on your nose and you're trying to hit as much air as possible. But in this case, your air is really thick. So you still have to move and push I'm taking my hips forward and my chest up towards the ceiling. You're doing one more. Relax as you go down towards the floor, but every time you lift up, you feel like something's bubbling up from underneath you. Cool. And then the other way. I'm going to start over here. Oh. Really focusing on what's happening in your feet to help this grow. So if I'm pushing from my right foot to push my chest towards the left, and then I'm pushing my hips forward with the force going into my toes, notice what's happening in the base, because the base is what's really able to change the situation higher up. Cool, then go into a lunge. I have my right foot forward. It doesn't matter, you're just gonna do the other side. So if you're on a different leg, don't worry about it. You're gonna come into this lunge. I like to frame my foot, but if you need to, this would be framed where hands are on either side. This is outside. So whatever you need. I'm feeling actually hands inside. And what you're gonna do is lift your knee off the floor. Take your foot, you're gonna go onto the pinky edge side, pull back and forward. So if you need to, you can hop that back foot in a little bit, and you're just going from hip flexor getting some movement to hammy getting some movement. So if you look at it from the side, out to the side, pulling back, hips are square, come forward, pulling back, hips are square. That was not square, but we're trying towards the idea of square. One more. Cool. Put that knee down, pull your heel in, and pop your knee up. We're just gonna stay here. Pull your heel in, pop your knee up. Waking up your hamstring. If this is a lot for your knee, just put something like a pillow, a blankie, or just don't squeeze your heel in so far, or pull your butt back. It all changes what's happening in the knee. Like I'm squeezing all the way and something crazy is happening that's nervy and gross, so I'm not going as far. And then I'm going to turn so that I have standing leg, right leg on the floor, heel down, and then my left toes are up. So I'm in this little side lunge, Cossack squat sort of situation. And then I'm going to switch sides. So depending on what your Achilles, hip, knee situation is, you might have the opportunity to basically put your butt down on the floor. And that's cool. That's fun. It's not necessary. And it's not anything I'm asking you to do. So if you need to, hands stay on the floor. And you just try for a hover once you get to each side. Hover. Honestly, it's a little bit more work to keep the butt higher. So if you're there, you're accomplishing a little bit more than those flexy people that don't have to. Put the knee down for a second. Just feel your hips kind of sink towards the ground. And then my hands are inside. Here's my left foot. My hands are inside of it. And I'm going to do that little pivot. I'm going to pull my back foot in a little bit, go onto the pinky edge side, pull it back. It's kind of like you're scraping the inside of a bowl. Woo! There we go. Pop something. Coming forward, pulling it out to the side. If you think about your femur head in your socket, it's going to the inside, it's pulling down and up and around. So you're scraping the inside of your hip socket with your femur bone. Obviously, it's not actually scraping. There's lots of squishy stuff in between to keep it nice and lubricated. One more. And then you're going to set your knee down and see what happens over here. So squeezing, extending, squeezing, trying to go in a little more distance, and then extending as if your heel could grow. Mine's going to grow towards that couch. So it extends my leg without me thinking about, oh, I'm going to straighten my knee. I'm thinking about my heel growing backwards. And then you're going to pull it in. 2 more. Trying to keep the hips square the whole time. The mindfulness that you have behind the movement is just as important as like where you are in your body. So the idea of growing your leg rather than I'm going to straighten my knee is something that I'm trying to cultivate as far as like I'm doing something different brain-wise that's going to bring a different sensation. So those cues are there for a reason. If it doesn't make any sense, don't worry too much about it. If it looks pretty similar, eventually some version of my cueing is going to like pop in your head and you'll be like, wow, I get it. Until then, it's on me, not you. You just try. And the more you do the movement, the more we get somewhere. You can try a few of these if you want to, side to side, with just that side to side movement. And then I'm going to start to do it without my heel or my toes coming off the floor. I'm going to walk my feet in. Nothing is moving leg-wise, but I'm going to reach for opposite toe. Getting a little faster. If you need to reach towards opposite knee instead, so you're not leaning all the way over, that's fine. Build some speed. And then start to take that up your body. So now it's on my knees. If it's already at your knees, you can go up to your hips. Shoulders. And then take your feet and let it slow down. Then you're going to twist just light, letting your spine do a twisting movement. Whee! That's nice. I like that. Then we have a little bit of cardio, a little bit of core. It'll be fun. Oh, feels good. Okay. My feet are real cold because it's cold outside. We're not done with warm-up. You're gonna do high knees. If you need to march, actually, we're all gonna march. We're just gonna march as fast as we possibly can. Take your hands to your head. Pull your elbows back in space. So you're gonna pull back here. And pull your knees as high as they'll go so that the bottom knee doesn't buckle. So you still want a nice, strong bottom leg. You can see my hips kind of pull forward as my knee goes up, but that's okay. You're trying to hit your collarbone with your knee. If you've ever taken a Jerry Balderas Iyengar yoga class, you'll be very familiar with these, but not a lot of people have. Keep your elbows back. Keep your chest lifted. Speed it up. Keep going. Exhale as you bring your knee up. Try to speed it up even more. See what happens. Keep that heel close to you. Cool. Relax. And then keep your hands on your hips. Elbows back. Hit your butt. Feet stay down. Don't let them come forward like this. This is cheating. Your hamstrings don't have to do as much. Yes? There's someone in the kitchen watching me hit my butt with my feet. Cool. Come into a plank. You're going to do side plank. We're just going to stay. Hand up. Pull your hips higher. You can't see mine, but I'm reaching my hips towards the ceiling. Putting the hand down. Switching. Hand up. Notice my arms are stacked. Try to stack your shoulders. Try to stack your hips. If your feet can go on top of each other, they can stack too. But if that's not very bouncy for you, it's okay. Finding all that energy and then slowing it down. See how long we can stay. You're going to come down. Move them around on the other side so you're even. Cool. Bring it into a plank on your elbows. And you're going to rock heels forward, heels back. Heels forward, heels back. And that's going to move your chin over your thumbs and back, behind. Forward and back, forward and back. 5, 4, 3, 2, squeeze your elbows together. 1, pull your belly down. Cool. You did it. Let's warm up. Now, I'm I'm going to explain the first. That was exactly 20 minutes. I'm real proud. Okay. I'm going to explain the AMRAP, the first one. It is 10 minutes. While I'm doing that, if you need anything else for your warm-up, if you feel like there's something like, if I were able to warm up more, I would sit there and like crunch my toes a little extra and be like, yeah, I need it. My toes are really cold. That's me. I have circulation stuff. So I'll do that a little bit as I'm demoing. But for you, if you have anything that you need that's like going to make the rest of class better, please do it. Make sure you're utilizing this time wisely. Bring your heart rate down. Do the thing that you need to. Maybe drink water. And pay attention. Asking a lot. But this portion is not going to be that bad. Oh, thank you. Because we're just going to repeat it as many times as possible. I have a feeling it's going to be like 4 or 5 question mark. It depends on how fast you move. I might be moving faster than you. I might be moving slower than you. Don't worry about it when we get to it. Don't do anything yet. So I'm just going to show you what we're doing. Rotating presses first. So we're going to have hands racked. And you're going to rotate. I'm rotating from my heel first. So I'm pulling my heel out. I'm coming onto my toes. It's going to twist my hips. It's going to twist my chest. And I'm going to go at an angle. So I'm this nice long line. It's a parallel line from my heel. As much of an angle as you want to create. So the more angle, the harder it's going to be. It'll have more desired fall towards the floor. So this is stacked. This is a little less stacked, so you have a little bit more work to do. We'll do 10 of those. Then we'll do 10 gorilla cleans. You can already tell that this is going to be fun. I do these with my legs wide and my toes pointed out. And I start in a little sumo squat and one starts on my shoulder. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Every time the weight comes down and one weight comes up, I'm letting my knees bend a little extra all the way up to 10. So that transition is when your butt lifts and your knees straighten a little bit. Cross body cleans. I'm going to start with my hands racked again. You're going to take it out to the side, twist, bring it up to your shoulder. Twist, bring it up to your shoulder. 10 total. That twist, I'm taking it out to the side, holding it, hovering, drop. And the drop, I can swing extra to bring it up to the shoulder. Since I don't really want it to be too much about the clean, since we're already doing a bunch of clean stuff with the gorilla cleans. So let that momentum bring it back up to your shoulder. Last one, bent over seesaw row. So I'm going to start with one arm up, one arm down, elbow back, go to the other side. You're doing 20 of those. Everything else is a 10, just because this can be really fast. And it can be a little bit of cardio, like you're punching something. Just be aware of your belly and your back so that you don't do the shelf. And I don't want you to be able to put something on there. There's like a toilet paper challenge where you like put it on your butt and you pop it. I don't want that to be an opportunity. Do that later, not when you're doing weights. That's it. What we're going to do is try not to drop the weights the whole time. So if you need to take a break, try to keep the weights in your hand. Yes, it is 10 minutes. So if you need to, absolutely drop the weights. But let it be a challenge, something that you can think, maybe I can get one more round in without my hands dropping. If you're in danger of dropping your weights on your nice hardwood floor or like tile that could crack, be a little cautious. I don't want to do that. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to start my timer. We're going to start with the rotating press. So these will eventually get to the point where you're like, yeah. That's the point. Yes, 10 is going to become a horrible amount of reps. So Hopefully you have some sort of weight where you can do that. If you don't have a higher weight and you have like soup cans that are really small, do this really fast. So that it becomes a cardio exercise and you get like twice as many reps in as I do. Cool? If you have dumbbells or a mace or a something, if you're doing stuff with a mace, I know someone has a mace, you can do everything one-sided, do 5 on one side, 5 on the other. The only thing that I'm worried about is the crossbody clean, but if you know how to do a version of that without smacking yourself in the face, do it. Let's see. I have the timer ready today because I'm prepared. Ready? Starting with the rotating press. Set. Go. I'm going to stay way back here. Yell at y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, it's starting from your foot. 7, 8, 9, 10. Straight into gorilla cleans. So toes out, knees out, keeping your knees in the direction of your pinky toes. 1, 2. I'm dipping as low down in my squat as I can to get a little bit of legs out of this. 5, 6, 7, 8. Keeping my shoulders over my hips. Cool. Now it's done. Crossbody cleans. Feet are a little bit wider than hips width distance. Out to the side. Cross. 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 Hover. Cross. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't over grip. 9, 10. So if you're squeezing really hard, you're making a poor decision really early on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. That's it. That's a round. That was a minute and a half. So keep going. Rotating. I know. If any of you type, I'm gonna know that you haven't you've dropped your weights. I'm gonna try. My arms are already kind of sad. In a good way. Don't start to do this. You are lifting with your back at that point instead of your arm. I don't know how many you did. What do I call that? The number I need. Find your position first. So don't be like breezing through and sort of doing the transitions. Get into the position that you want next and make sure it feels right. 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, the best place to relax is right here. Because your arms don't have to do almost anything. You just have to curl your fingertips, depending on what your weight is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, back flat, 10. Cool. So notice how long my back is. If I put a penny at the top of my neck and then if I let it go, it would flow down my spine. It wouldn't get stuck. Whoa. I'm stalling. Can you tell? Cool. Rotate press. Oh, I'm doing it. Don't let me do it. I wish y'all could yell at me. Like, Madeline, you're spine bending. It's like air bending, but really bad for you. Okay. That was nerdy. I'm sorry. 2 more. I think. Counting is not my strong suit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I promise there's legs. 10. Later. Cross, body, glutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Control it in. 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2. I have no idea how much time is left because my timer already went away on my phone, but it's still counting. It's just going to beep. So it's part of the fun. Right? Elbows back. Don't let yourself rotate your spine. I think that's enough. Also, if you have dumbbells, this is a really nice way to rest, where your wrist is kind of taking on a little bit more and your fingers can rest. It's a thing. Notice how much my shoulders are flowing forward. Pull your shoulder points, tips down towards your back. Hiya! We're here. We're family! Outback? I don't remember which one that is. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the worst part. 10. Gorilla cleans. 1, 2, 3, 4. Butt goes down further each time. We're doing 2 more. I'm doing 2 more. So I like these. And I don't do enough of them. But yeah. If you have one exercise in here that you're like, I want more, do 20. Do 16. And then if there's one that you're like, I can't finish 10 reps, do 8, 6, something different. That's fine. We aren't going to repeat this after this 10-minute period. Hopefully that's kind of obvious. So it'll be a really long class. Here we are. Don't forget this is 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. I believe that's 4 rounds. Where are we on our time? As far as, we're not close. Probably got 2 more rounds. That's what I'm going to say. If you give yourself some intense expectations, remember you can rest. 3. And then it gets easier and you're like, oh, I only had to do 1 round. This is great. And that's cool. Pull your belly button in, don't let your chest rise too much. Yeah. Okay. Oh. I'm not letting go. I won't let go, Rose. God, so many stupid references today. Coffee. Here we are, being idiots for the world to see. So that's usually how it goes. Clean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Eventually you get to the point where you're like, I know what 10 feels like, rather than having to count. That's my bullshit way of saying, I don't know how to count, so I just feel it. But it is true. You can kind of sense when you get to that tipping point. Can you see my sweat? I'm like, really getting close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A few more, I don't know. Really hope this is my last round. I think so. If the majority of them take 1.5 minutes, that's 9. 6 rounds-ish. I've been being a butthead. Ugh. Oh my gosh. My shoulders and my biceps and my elbows are going to be so mad. And y'all's will be too. It'll be great. You won't be able to get anything off our shelf. It's delicious. If you don't want that to happen, please take a rest. Be aware of what you need to do in the next coming days. My music got really angsty. I don't know what happened. Timer! Keep going. Nope, that didn't work. I really wish it did. So I have no idea. That was me pecking my phone with my nose. That's how desperate I am to know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Okay. I said 2 rounds. And I was lying. here we are in round 7. Hiya! If you're going slower than me, please go slower than me. But count how many rounds you're doing, because it's kind of impressive. If you think about it, you've already done 60 of these. Ish. If you're as bad at counting as I am. There's my timer. Oh my God. Here we go. I am a glutton for punishment. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Crossbody cleans. Oh my gosh, we did it! Okay. You hold those weights for 10 minutes. If you need a stretch in your hands, this is a nice feeling. We won't use the weights as much for the next stuff, so don't worry too much about that part. Woo! I'm pushing my fingertips. Let me see my lap. Oh, yeah. Letting my forearms relax. We have another 10 minutes. It's gonna be good. There is very little arms. I was gonna do front raises in this, and I was like, that's a funny joke. Because that would be torture. And I'm not a torturous human being. I'm just slightly malicious. That doesn't sound better, does it? Let's see. Okay, so let's get to it. Come on. If it helps, pose with strong feelings as you drink your beverage. Okay. I'm gonna stop being an idiot. Is that possible? No. Let's see. We got Atlas squats. 5 on each side. You can hop them, you cannot hop them. So, have this stagger kind of stance. I'm gonna take the top of my foot. So, right now I have it crunched so I can pop my toes. But, if you have shoes on, the laces are gonna hit the floor. I don't have any weight in this foot. I could just dangle it the whole time. You can see that it's not taking any weight. And you're going as far down as your knee, hip, ankle, all of it will let you. So, if you want weight with this, I don't think it's super necessary, but it's kind of nice sometimes if you want it. I usually do like 1 dumbbell instead. And you're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then switch over to the other side. Do 5 on that side, total of 10. If you want to alternate, be my guest. If you're using weight, you're going to hold it right here. I'm probably going to try weight for the first round or 2, and then get away from it. Next, plank taps. So I'm giving you artistic freedom to choose what you want to tap. So shoulders are an option, wrists are an option, elbows are an option, knees, hips, toes are an option. If you were there during that warm-up when we did that every day, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I keep my feet a little bit wider so that my hips don't move. And you're doing 10 of them, and you're finding one that's hard. Like, I want you to have one that it takes you a little bit longer, so you're not just doing, you're like, 10, great. You want it to take some time. But you're keeping your hips still. So every time you lift your right hand, your right foot is going to push further into the floor to try to take on that weight that's gone. Prone hamstring pull. Now, this is the one I was talking about where you might have to do something different. So after your Alice squat, you're going to set this guy up, if you're using the weight, at the back of your space. Standing up. So if you don't have something that you can do this with, you can do this with a book, I promise. I'm going to lay down. This one takes a little prep. And then my arches are squeezing together. I'm gonna pull it up to 90 degrees. 2, my knees are squeezing together, important. And my back is doing whatever it wants. So if you have low back pain, you can release your chest down to the floor, and you're doing 10 of these. Gently putting it down at the end. See, mine is falling. I don't want it to make a noise. And then 20 jumping jacks. If you need to step those or march, like we did at the beginning of class, if you like that, do the modification that you need. I like to do jumping jacks. I like the cross jacks. It's kind of a 20 of your cardio kind of choice. So you're doing a bunch of core and like control work, and then you're going fast. It's fun. You're trying to surprise your body. But this one, you're not going to get 7 rounds in because it is so much up and down. Stuff is a little bit slower, especially the Atlas squats and the hamstring pulls. So we might get 5 rounds in rather than 6.3 or whatever we basically did. Let's do this. We're gonna freaking go. You ready? So if you want the weight, I'm gonna do it with the weight. Put it in your chest, holding whatever weight. Oh, I was gonna give you a modification. If you need a modification, you're gonna sit and do this 5 times on one side. And you're pulling, you can see I almost bounce. I'm pulling my heel in as far as I can. So if you don't have a weight that you can use, that's your modification. Sorry, totally forgot. It's like, I'm gonna give you a modification. And it just whoop, right out my ears. Cool, let's do this. 10 minutes is happening. Now, top of the foot. Standing leg, the one that's not compromised ankle-wise. I'm gonna switch. 1, 2, 3. If your quads are sore, or don't go back down as far, or get some blood flow in your quads and make them do something. Cool. Plank raises. Plank taps, I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm doing double 8, 9, 10. Didn't mean to do that. I'm going to show you the back view of this. Ta-da! We're going for hamstring pulls. 1, squeeze your toes. 2, 3, 4, knee squeeze. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one, 10. Put it down gently. Maybe it's on a 10. Ha! I win. Okay. Then, jumping jacks. Go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's exactly 2 minutes. Just do it 4 more times. Exactly that speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Notice if your knee's going in strange directions. 5. I think. Let's put it at the back of the mat. Plank. I'm not touching my hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, I'm being a little off with my counting on those, but I did shoulder taps and I know I'm good at those and fast, so I did double. That's why. So if you're doing one that's hard, here is my weight. There we go. 1. Squeeze knees. 2, 3, 4. These are not fast. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I thought I saw glass. It was not glass. We're not in the gym. That's a bad joke. Okay. There's just less glass in this house. Then, jumping jacks. Go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Back into Alice squats. Since I'm not holding something. Yay! Okay, we're still in that 2-minute period. Going strong. Keep going. 1. Remember that you don't have weight in this. Eventually, once you get comfortable, you can start to weight it and put a little something in there, and you don't have to go all the way down to where I'm going. I'm going to my comfortable end, which I've sat like this all of my life, so that's why it's there for me. If it's not something you ever did, then it's not there, and it's okay. If it looks different, but you feel it in your quad, and you're finding some new sensations on the top of your foot, then you are completing what I've asked you to do. Oh, round 3, man. 5. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Leg taps. I'm gonna do knees this time. 1, woo, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool, on your belly. If you want to do the mat version where it's isometric and you squeeze and push your hand into your knee or whatever the piece is, do it. It makes it slower, but it also makes it harder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jumping jacks. I'm gonna do cross jacks. Where? Okay. What is happening? 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Woo! Okay. What is happening, music? Alice squats. I'm changing my tunes. Hopefully you can hear them. 1, 2. I'm not going down as far because I feel something in my knee. 3. You can do this with your toes tucked. It's just very different. 4, 5. It's not doing slightly what I want it to. Also, if you feel your ankle doing something wild and fish-like, point it. It's not going to be as extended, but nice straight line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Back to the back of the mat. Here we go. Toes, heads, shoulders. I haven't done head yet. That'll be last, I guess. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 10. 1, really? Whee! 1, squeeze your knees. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Put her down gently. Some sort of cardio for 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. If my calculations are correct, this is our last round. Try to get that whole round in. 1, 2. Don't sickle your foot. 3, 4, 5. 1, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's not as hard as touching your knees or your hips or your toes. So I did double. That's why. If you went faster than me, that's fine. It's okay. We do things at different speeds. Okay. I don't know what that accent was, but there's something. Oh, here we go. We're doing it. I didn't count. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, squeeze. 10. It's a little more inner thighs than I thought it would be. Okay. Roll off my foot. Okay. Cardio! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You have 20 seconds left. Do something. Go, go, go. I'm going to do plank taps. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Booty does not move. 9, 10. Oh, yes. 5.25 rounds. Bam, 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 bam. That's it. Yeah. We're gonna stretch out our chest and our shoulders and our little belly, little quad. Good job. You did it. Don't let this happen all day. So you have a bunch of stuff reorganizing because you didn't make micro tears in those muscles. They're like, I'm growing. Don't make them grow in the wrong way. So anytime you feel yourself slumped, try to pull your shoulders back so that everything starts to stack a little differently. This generally is where we're headed. It's like we became bipedal and now we're reverting back into our quadrupedal life where we can just stare at our phones and this is the floor and just looking down. Let's not become camels. I really don't think that's a good future. Get your weights out of the way. I'm going to bring this guy down. I'm going to turn down my music first because it's not blasting, but it's loud enough that you can hear it. Cool. So, oh, I don't know if you could hear that, but it was loud to me. I'm going to take, this is my left hand. I'm going to take it behind so that my palm is out. You can see my palm. I can give myself a high five. And I'm going to take that hand. I'm going to pull with my right hand forward, like I'm pushing. And I'm pulling my left ear up towards the ceiling and my right ear down. I have a flat back. I'm seeing how much length I can get out of that. So it's not as passive as you would probably want it to be. Instead of just sitting here and you're like, cool, this is really nice. I like this. Start to grow. So see how much growth you can get, some length between collarbone and ear that you can create. So this ear is being pulled up towards the ceiling. Ugh. But this shoulder is also being pulled away. A nice way to do this, if you have something nearby that you can grab with this hand, you'll grab something here and then take your head and hold it and start to push into your hand with your ear. We're going to switch sides. Palm out, high five, hold it, pull it. Bop it. Yes, this is internal rotation in your shoulders. We will fix that. Do not worry. You're taking that ear, driving it into the ceiling, pulling your shoulder down. So much of the time, your traps and your neck get involved in things that they do not need to. They're like the kid that was really gung-ho to hang out with you. And you're like, dude, I don't want to hang out with you. You're weird. Be friends with that guy, but also don't let him get in your shit. So be friends with your neck. That's what I'm saying. And also give them some space to create their own life. Waxing metaphorical pretty hard right now. Cool. Then you're going to externally rotate. So my arm's out in front, thumb is up. I'm going to keep rotating that way. Palm is up. And take it to the nape of my neck. And take it back behind me. Now, instead of thinking about cranking this guy backwards, I want you to think about your shoulder blade point sticking into your ribs. So right here. Pew, pew. Pull. And then that will create more space for your elbow to go back further into space. And notice I'm not cranking my neck. Yes, I'm trying to see y'all. Obviously, I can't see y'all, but I'm not this. It's a very easy place to be, but I'm trying to push my head back into my arm a little bit. I'm stretching out all that tissue. Cool. Yay. I'm going to go to the other side. Luckily, the quality of my videos is not high enough that you can see my armpits. Because after this, I'm going to take a shower and shave. I left my shaver somewhere, and I finally got it back. Shoulder blade point is right back there. It's like right under the C of crux. And I'm going to push into the C. With muscular energy, not my passive hand helping out. Oh, I just hit myself in the funny bone again. Man. Woo. Everything else is relaxed. My legs are relaxed. My breath is relaxed. My neck is relaxed. It's held up and steady, but it's not doing something funky. Cool. Then, on your back, you're going to take both arms. I'm going to take my elbows at a 90-degree angle. Beautiful. You could draw this and do that, and you'd be like, cool, 90 degrees. And then I'm going to take, doesn't really matter. I like to do a mudra with this and then rotate out. But you don't have to do that. But you're keeping your elbows as close into your belly or your waist as you possibly can. And your palms are going to come out. So you're finding this rotation, and you're taking your outer shoulder out here down towards the floor. You're feeling your shoulder tip push up into your back, into your heart, and opening up that space. It is a little bit of work. And then I'm pushing into my feet enough that I can concave the belly a little, and then rest it. Now keep that there. Breathe in. Keep finding extra space to squeeze down. So outer shoulder down. It's like someone's pouring water down your shoulder, and your shoulder muscles are following the water flow. So it's going this way. Keep externally rotating, externally rotating, externally rotating. Keep going, like your chest could lift off the floor. And then release. Oh, should feel kind of nice. There might be some back muscles that are like, why did I turn on? I've been in hibernation all these years. And then take your knees side to side. Should feel nice in your low back. You didn't do anything too crazy as far as low back stuff is concerned, hopefully for you. For me, I have low back pain right now, and that wasn't too bad. So if we are similar in our sacroiliac joint problems, hashtag SI joint probs, no, then we are probably all okay. But take your feet a little bit wider than your hips, and then let your knee fall to one side. And then you're going to pop maybe this foot on top. And then take this hip. So this foot is behind me. I'm basically in 90-90 with my back on the floor. And I'm pushing this hip up as much as possible. Up, up, up. You'll be able to see it. I can show you on the other side. So don't switch yet. I'm just going to show you what the other foot looks like. This is a nice flex. I have some energy coming from in my glute up towards the ceiling. So it's this line. Ooh. Push up, push up, push up. Finding this nice big stretch. Whoops. Stretch, stretch, stretch. I'll switch halfway through the second side. So stay on your right side or whatever side you started with. This one just feels really good. Woo. Cool. And then switch sides. Yes, I'm going over again. Stretching just feels nice these days. It's really good to just let your body feel a little bit of leisure. This weight of this heel is not necessary. If you feel a quad and hip flexor stretch here with just your knee hanging towards the floor. I'm flexing my foot a lot back there. You can kind of see it down there. So that my knee isn't safe. I'm relaxing. Cool. And then, just for a little added loveliness, you're going to take heels and palms, find your hip points, those big bony guys. They might be under some squish. It's okay. The kitchen is the most interesting place in our house right now. For a lot of us, for me especially. Push past that and push into your thigh and try to find some tension that you can build. You can see my arms are flexing enough that I can basically lift my vertebrae off of my pelvis in a horizontal plane. So as if you were like lifting yourself onto a counter and your hands are on the counter and your thighs are the counter and you're tractioning out your spine a little bit. And I like to do a little wiggle and then relax and then a wiggle side to side. Let your legs go long. You have to kind of rotate for mine to do that. Take one hand under the belly, one hand under the chest. I said the opposite of what I did. It's fine. Take your head up towards the ceiling. As in your gaze. So nose is towards the ceiling. Close your eyes. If you have control over your lights right now, you can turn them off. And start to fill your belly first with breath and then your chest. And then exhale out your mouth. Deflating you like a balloon. Inhale through. Belly. Chest. Exhale out your mouth. And start to breathe naturally. And just notice what flows up towards the ceiling, which hand. Let the arms be relaxed. Let the head be relaxed. Let everything kind of mellow out into the floor. Inhale for 4 counts, exhale for 8 counts. Or if you already have a breath cycle that feels good and it's relaxing, just focus more on the exhale. That's all I ask. Inhaling is often our very active part of a breath, but we want to change that up and let the exhale be what we focus on. If you need to let out some stress, you can exhale with your tongue out. Like a hot lion. So it's called lion's breath for a reason. But notice if there's any tension left or anything is like blaringly sensational in your body. Send it some kindness, send it some breath, send it acceptance and love. Take 2 more breath cycles. And start to move slowly so your breath becomes a little more expansive if it wasn't before. You let your head nod side to side. You let your arms start to move. It's kind of like a baby. If you've ever seen a baby dream and it's like arms and legs start to do some wild stuff, if it's not swaddled, do that. Keep your eyes closed. Just see what movement kind of feels nice. There might be a side bend in there. There might be a twisty feeling in there. There might be some rolling of some joints. Not those kind of joints. Rolling around in the socket of a joint. Wow. I'm a child. I'm going to roll onto one side. And roll up. That was it. You did it. We did another day. Soreness might be a thing. As much as I know it doesn't sound nice in a few days, do one round of all of those exercises. to bring blood flow into that area of your body. I swear it helps. You just need blood flow there, and warmth and blood, and doing the same exercise will bring blood flow back. As much as you don't do like the whole exercise, don't do 5-7 rounds. It's just enough to be like, ooh, this definitely needs blood flow, rather than my belly or my head, which your head always needs it. So be aware, be awesome. Thank you, Catherine. Be kind to yourself and others. Wear your masks. Yeah. Happy Thursday. I'll see you on Saturday. It's going to be great. Stretch your body. Be kind to it. Breathe in that fashion. Put your feet up the wall so that you feel good. It's kind of the best time to feel good is now. We have so much time. Anyway, I'm done. Bye, y'all.